Well, you were like, oh, y'all mute. Like, I just don't like being disrespected. My whole thing was just the verbiage. Oh, y'all mute. That's the only problem I had with it.
But I didn't understand why it couldn't just be, yeah, you said that.
If I don't want to speak, I don't have to speak.
I did not feel that it warranted that energy.
Honestly, I feel like we can agree to disagree. I didn't think what you said was necessary. What you said to me.
Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment.
Hello guys, welcome once again to our channel. So we officially came to the end of Ready to Love, and we're here to talk about the reunion part 2, guys. The reunion part 2, and I would say that I loved how it ended, but there were some things that I kind of changed my perspective about on this reunion. First thing first, let's talk about this altercation between Janelle and Taquilla. I felt like Taquilla was expecting something else to happen, but it did not, and she was surprised when things started going because she was like going hard. And I do understand why she was putting Sierra in the mix, because Sierra was not involved in the quarrel with her. She had with then she started throwing Sierra's name in between. That kind of like put me off, like, why are you mentioning Sierra's name in this situation? Sierra didn't know what was happening between you and face your quarrels, battle it out. Like, if you know you are the strong person you say you are, battle it out with don't try to rope other people in when you find out that you are losing the battle, because she did lose. And I didn't understand the flare up. Like, it's just like, as much as I know that Janelle is not the nicest of person, she could be very mean. I know that Taquilla just chatting on how, like, she thought that a lot of the girls would like back her up and be like, oh yeah, you did well, you're doing right. And she didn't get that, unfortunately, because how did we go from 0 to 100? That is what I still didn't understand in this fight at all. So I was like, she was crying, and I was like, okay, what was the tears for? You were hyper in the first place, and now that you didn't get the backups that you needed in the ladies, you now felt like, probably started feeling like, oh, why did I even start the quarrel? And that was why I felt like she was now over hyping every other person that was standing for themselves when it came to Janelle. Because I'm gonna say it, Janelle was awful in this episode. Like, I was watching it and I was like, oh wow, this lady is mean. I'm sorry to say that. I hardly say people are mean on I hardly say people are mean, but this lady is literally the meanest person that I have ever met. Like, she's damn right mean. She literally was going, like, she went deep on everybody. She insulted you. She tried to demean people. She tried to make you look like you were delusional. But sorry, I felt like during the episode she was the one delusional, especially in this situation when she was having this occasion with Kat, and she was like, Kat was after her man. I'm like, is everybody after your man? The man that is not even yours at the end of the day, because officially we've heard from Quentin they have broken up. The man, I knew that relationship would not have lasted anyways, because the mathematics was not mathematicing at all. The equation was not forming in that union between Janelle and Quentin. Truthfully. So I'm not surprised when he came outside and said they are officially divorced. I'm not. So I said divorced like they were ever married, like they are no longer together. I'm not surprised. But the way Janelle made and went at everybody, like, you made everybody not be able to have connection with this guy. Because during the episode, the way Janelle was like, always when Quentin is answering questions, she was always like looking at him. I was like, so I think what he said in the backstage, Quentin squeeze hands if you need help. Like, it looked as if he was in a cage. Like, he was in bondage, like somebody was holding him ransom. Like, if you don't say anything to embarrass me here, you must stand for me, you must protect me, you must say I'm the nicest person. That was how it looked like. That was what it looked like she was doing. And I was like, don't hold somebody this ransom that like in ransom in a relationship. It can never last when you start holding somebody like so hard and making sure that they talk good about you. It never ends well at all. And that's what I felt like she was doing to um Janelle. I'm sorry, not to Janelle. Janelle was doing to all the other female castmates, especially to Katrina and Lee, because Katrina was one time trying to get to know Quentin, and everybody that could get to know Quentin, like they were jealous of her, and like and she was saying that the thing that's literally pissed me off was when she said we're jealous of her, and I'm like, you are 40-something-year-old and you don't have a boyfriend, you're not married, and you're always if you keep on having that notation that everybody's jealous of you, that's why you're still like that. That's why you're still single. Because you're me. Man, I will never like to be anywhere close to Janelle. The lady's mouth, Janelle's mouth, if you're not strong mind, if you are not strong mentally, you can literally cry when she talks to you. And when she doesn't like you, and she wants to talk about you, you can literally cry because that lady, I was watching the episode and I was like, no, I don't believe this is really happening. I don't believe this is really happening at all. Especially when she also spoke with Lee in the episode when Lee and her were having the altercation too, and the same thing she was trying to say, Lee was jealous of her because she got Quentin. Why? Why is it that it's only you that are jealous of? Why is it that it's only you that the other guys are the experiment? We had how many other guys? It's because she sees his six packs, she's like, oh, the six packs, he's the most handsome. Quentin, I've always said it. Quentin was not the most handsome guy in the experience. I never saw Quentin as one I would look and be like, okay, yeah, I will have feelings for him, or I would even find him attractive. Like, he was never that person. He's just a gym buff, yes. But you have the six packs, you're not that fine. For me, it's not that he was not the finest in the experience. I can say that Phil was more handsome than this lady, than Quentin. So I don't know what was her obsession. She's telling everybody they are delusional and they are jealous. She's the one that is obsessed. She's the one that is delusional. Janelle is the one that is obsessed and she's the one that is delusional. And I understand fully well why the ladies were coming for Jessica and roping Jessica, because I'm gonna say it. If you were close friends with Janelle and you don't see anything wrong with what Janelle does, I will be looking at you side eye, because how are you friends with that lady? Because she looks like someone that even if her friends come for her friends says bad things about her, she's gonna go deep on you. She doesn't care if you're her friend. That's how Janelle is. And I understand now why other ladies were kind of roping her and Jessica in the same equation. Because truthfully, Jessica is not like that. This episode made me understand that Jessica is not like that. And now we're talking about Jessica, let's go to the fact that Jessica and Chris in this part. Chris, I'm gonna say something. I said it in the when the combative stuff came about in that episode, and I'm still gonna say it again. Chris and Jessica were in a combative situation. They were in an argumentative situation. The both of them were exchanging towards each other. It was neither was it Chris that was more combative, nor I'm sorry, Jessica was more. The both of them were equally, they have the same share of blame. Now, this one is trying to be like, yo, you are more combative than me. Chris is kind of trying to be like, and Jessica is more combative than him. Jessica is trying to be like, Chris is more combative than him. And I feel like the only problem Chris had was that he didn't know how to express his words. And he he expressed himself in the wrongest of ways. I'm still always going to blame Maury for carrying that combative back to Jessica, because I never saw a reason why Jessica had to hear about the combative stuff that was said in the men's diary lounge area. I never understand why it was meant to be heard, but of course Maury had to tell Jessica, and that is why I'm going to blame Maury to the end of the day. But at the same time, I'm going to say Jessica is neither wrong, neither is Chris wrong. And also Jessica is neither right or is Chris right. The both of them have equal amount of accountability in this situation. And I feel the thing that is just fueling it is because that Chris hates, and okay, hate is a strong word. Chris dislikes Jessica and vice versa. Jessica also dislikes Chris. And so everybody wants to be the one above. Because I believe that none of the ladies really have problems with Jessica, but as I said, if you're friends with Janelle with her bad and rude attitude, I would also look at you with a side eye. Even if you don't have that character, my question will be, how are you friends with this person that has such an awful and demeaning character? I would look at you like that. And that was the problem. Because Chris said something in the episode when he was trying to say that Jessica bullied him, and they asked him, on what instance did she bully you? He couldn't say an instance, and it was like, also the way you've treated all the other ladies. And I'm like, what's your business with the way she treated all the other ladies? If she had problems with the ladies, allow her solve the issues with the ladies. I totally dislike when men try to involve themselves in ladies' issues. I hate it when men try to bring themselves in ladies' issues. If Jessica and any other lady had issues, allow them to settle it. As far as the issue was not about you. And he never said the issue was about him. So as far as the issue was not about him, why are you trying to bring in the ladies' beef that they have about themselves? It's ladies. It's the ladies. Let them settle their issues. Let them settle their beef by themselves. At this part, I did not like what Chris said. And Chris also didn't help himself in this episode, in this reunion, when he was trying to say that all the other guys also said that just was combative. You already know that the combative issue was causing issue. Why are you trying to say the other guys? There is, even if all the guys said it, I'm pretty sure I can bet everything I have that none of them will agree that they did say it. Even if at one time they did say it, none of them would agree that they did say that Jessica was combative. So that part he was trying to say, all the guys said that she was combative at one time on the show didn't make sense to me, because I felt like he shouldn't have said that. Him saying that made him look like he was trying to also throw other people in the bus. The same thing we were blaming Maurier for. He was also trying to do it in the reunion, and that didn't look well. And that didn't say, I didn't look at it in a good way when it comes to Chris at all. And in that clips where Jessica and Lee and this lady were having the chat, when she was like, I told you guys about something, and this is, people might want to say, yes, I've said, if I accept the fact that if someone is combative, agree. When people tell you you're combative, agree and try to change. But in this situation where Jessica was trying to talk to the lady, she asked them a question and they were forming mute. They were keeping quiet. It's like a form of, I want to see what you can do. Like, see, when people react to things that we do, fine, the reaction might not be what you expected. Also take the reactions, because Lee and Katrina are keeping quiet, accepting that Jessica will understand. It's besides me. Because them too, they'll know if they're talking to somebody is asking you a question and you're mute, and you are looking at them like, what can you do? Like, you will get upset too. So them trying to make it look like, oh yes, you see what I'm trying to say, like she's a very, combative person. Yes, I accept that Jessica is a little bit combative, but everybody on the show is a little bit combative when it comes to something about them. Let's just be truthful about it. Everybody on that show is a little bit combative when it comes to things about them. They always try to, support themselves and bring themselves in a good light. Well, I hope I'm happy that the show is over. At least everybody now can take a rest and take a breather. But one person I felt like was lying through his teeth on the show, on this reunion, was Phil. Phil said he doesn't have ill feelings towards Aries, and Aries denying him was her choice and is okay with that. That was shocking to me because I literally did a video earlier on. If you check on my video where I did a video about Fuse and how we felt about Aries and the responses he said about Aries denying him. I think after the episode aired about this, the finale episode aired, he said some things on Instagram, which I did a video on. Go and watch the video. I'm telling you, this guy said a lot of things about Aries that you will know that he didn't start leaving him. He was not happy that she did that. And he's not glad it happened. And he and the reunion was acting like all is well and good. Now I understand when Aries said he's always flip-flop. Because how can you come and tell me on TV, oh, we are good, you're fine, but on your comment section, you are literally saying a different thing. That does not say you're trustworthy at all. That does not let me know you are trustworthy, and he wasn't trustworthy at all because he was all smiling and trying to be political correct. Like, oh yeah, it's a choice. She decided not to accept me. I understand it's a choice. Let her be. And now, we are going to move forward. I know I have a job. I just didn't understand where she's coming from, but I'm good. That's our own understanding. He was trying to be like politically correct, like nobody should come for me. I'm trying to like being like the good guy that understand, like the way he has been playing us throughout on TV, trying to be like the good guy that is misunderstood. Why on your comment section you're saying something different? Please spare me with those nonsense. Don't come on your comment section saying something different. Meanwhile, you are on TV saying something different. It doesn't give me a good impression about you, Chris. I feel it doesn't give me a good impression at all. That means you're really hot. That means you are being vindictive. You're trying to ruin the girl's image because you're here saying different things and you're in the reunion saying different things. How am I to trust you again in what you say? How am I to trust what you have to say? But I guess we'll find out everything when he has his interviews because I really want to watch his interviews and see what he has to say about the situation between him and Aries. Well, guys, finally we've come to the end of Ready to Love season 8. Dallas, and now they're gonna be starting the new Ready to Love, and I'm waiting for that Ready to Love make a move, I think, and we're also going to be covering that, so you also see us every Saturday covering the new Ready to Love because it looks like that is gonna be spicy. And these ladies that were there, I literally loved most of them during their season, so I can't wait to have them back on my screen and see what they can literally bring to us. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and comment. If you feel like joining our membership, you can join our membership. Also click on the subscription button down below to subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys on another video and another rant on another reality TV show. See you guys later.